Very well, welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. Last time we reached the bottom of Blighttown, and today we will take on the boss of Blighttown, so that we can ring the second Bell of Awakening and prove that we are worth to, to accept the fate of the chosen undead. Anyway, before we go there, be sure you have a rusted iron ring. We're going to run into the poison. We'll equip purple musclum so we can get rid of the poison once we're there, and I guess that's it. What else can we do for preparations? Oh yeah, we'll finally attune power within. In case we need it. I don't know if I'll use it. If I need to use it, I won't need to use it. If I want to use it, I'll just swap to my Pyromancy Flame and I'll just pop it. Anyway, do I need one more Estus for this specific boss? I think I may want to just kindle it. Yeah, why not? Kindle bonfire. Get 10 Estus. I don't necessarily will need 10 Estus, but you know, it's there. Anyway, let's head on out to Blighttown. Once again. Remember the ring to run through the swamp? You will get poisoned, there's no way around it. And where you're going is you're trying to go over there. There are some enemies that we have not fought, and we will fight them. And I will show you how obnoxious they are. And there are a couple of treasures that we haven't gotten yet. I don't know if I want to get them before or after the boss. I guess I can do before. Before is fine. Before is fine. So those guys over there. Those guys are just like the ogres we fought. Except those guys do not have a club. They throw boulders instead. Quite annoying. Usually you want to try to pull them one by one, but unfortunately for you, this ain't easy to do. So okay, we aggroed all, what, 2 of them, 3 of them? Well, one is stuck. Ow! I thought I was gonna dodge that. I can't see anything. Okay. Okay, I'm getting squished here. Get away. Thank you. Get away. And I guess I will need all these Estus Flask. Let me get rid of these guys first. 1 and 2. Thanks, you're gone. Now let's see if we can fight these guys. Usually, I'd suggest you just avoid them. Okay, this is the attack you want. When they do the attack, you just sidestep them and then they're vulnerable. When they get up, they are completely invincible. So don't bother attacking. Look, can't do anything. And now they become vulnerable again. And this is a good attack because as long as they don't throw that boulder, I'm fine. I can just step around, do backstabs, kill them off one by one. But I suggest you just forget about them. They are completely pointless. They only give souls. 500, they're not even worth it. There is one, however, over there, 2 of them, that are guarding items. So if this guy would please come to this direction, that'd be great. Get closer. Come closer. Are you scared? No. That actually hit me. Through my shield. Ugh, they are very tanky. It takes like 3 backstabs and some more to get one. I can't backstab this guy. Oh, there we go. So we'll take care of these guys. The cleric will probably just forget about it. I just want to show them off as something that you can indeed go for. Okay, very nice. Last one again. When they're alone, no big deal. Like most enemies in Dark Souls. When they're on their lonesome, enemies in Dark Souls are pretty easy. I wanted to stop him with a backstab. There we go. These mosquitoes are probably the worst enemies right now. They're just annoying. Okay. Just a bit more. Now for the real problem. The 2 over here. These are the ones that are really annoying. I'll probably just run. I don't know if we'll run back at the bonfire. Okay, that was a good idea to grab all those extra Estus flasks. Gods? Alright, come over here. Come to play. Nice. Oh, it's just boring going around and get these guys. 2 hand backstab. Does a lot more damage, as you can see. I did 299 with an 1 hand backstab. That did like more than 300. It's all a byproduct of 2 ending your weapon damage again. And just raises your strength by 40%. And if this guy will cooperate to give me 1 less hit, that's it. And we got a great club. That's the reward. Hell yeah! The best reward in the game. Yeah, just don't bother with these guys. Just avoid them. Just run. Once you're in the tunnel that's over there, they'll just stop following. Just completely worthless enemies. Get rid of that poison. Okay, 5 Estus for the boss will be more than enough. Anyway, we go in here, and we enter Queelag's domain. Now there are some dudes here, in this tunnel. These things are passive. Do not attack them if you don't want to make your life miserable. They do not do anything. Look at them. Completely harmless. But if you do attack them, it'll be a pain. Just trust me. Let them be. Here, if you're struggling with the boss, you can summon Mildred if you killed her when she invaded you at the bonfire. Anyway, let's go. Chaos reached Queelag. Not as hard as the gargoyles, thankfully, but still a bit interesting. This is more like an environmental fight. If you stay too close, she does that, and you kind of have to back off. That does so much damage. But the real threat of this fight are the pools of lava that this spider can spawn. That's what you need to be aware of at all times, where they are. Back off, back off, back off. Okay. I know there's one on my right now. Other than that, this is your best window when the spider is spraying like this. That's a good window for you. And just slash the legs of the spider. If you have bow and arrows, you can attack the body of Queelag, the human body, and that'll actually stun the boss. Okay, I want to go back now. I'm not in a good position because I have lava behind me. This jump can be problematic. It also spawns lava. The lava eventually goes away, don't worry about it. It just takes a while though. The arena though is very big, so if you need time, you can go around and regroup. Okay, what are you doing? Little sprout, it's fine. There's a lot of manipulating the boss to go where there's space for you to move around. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I need to lock on. Okay. What are you doing? Little sprout will heal. Okay, jump. Yeah, you do your jump. Okay, come over here. I want to get close though. I want to get her to do melee attacks because they're very easy to dodge. I want to go back though. I don't know what's going on with the lava around it. Okay. Quick look around. Okay, that part of the arena is completely free. Okay, this attack right here. If you just stand here to the left of Queelag, to the right of. Well, it's the left of Queelag and your right. Over here, like over here. Just stand here. She'll mostly swing over your head and miss. Even if you block, you still take damage because our weapon does fire damage, so you're probably not gonna 100% block. But you get the idea. This fight can take a while. And that's why I'm thinking of using Power Within near the end to boost my damage. Again, that's the one attack that you want to avoid like the plague. Avoid it, avoid it, avoid it. When she's hugging the spider, go back. Go back, raise your shield. Okay, I blocked that, as you can see, still took damage. Again, mostly if you just stand here. And again, be aware of the lava. That's most of the fight. If you're aware of where the lava is at all times, the fight's not that hard. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing now? Okay, okay, you can do that. Come over here. Waiting, waiting. So maybe I'll do a few more hits and then I'll pop Power Within. I'll think about it. Yeah, when she has... Let's say when she has 3 chunks of health left, like right now. I can pop Power Within and end the fight. Need to look around though and to see where the lava is. What are you doing? You doing this? Okay. What are you doing? Free combo? I need for her to do a certain attack. Not that attack. I thought she was not gonna do that. Okay, fine. Heal up. I'm just looking around, waiting for my chance. Do an attack so I can react to it. Please get close. There we go. One more slide. There we go. Done. That's it. I could have done it without Power Within. It's no big deal. 2 humanities and the soul of Queelag. We still have Power Within on, so we will die if we're not careful because our elf is slowly draining. But yeah, there we go. Let's look at how a sorcerer build deals with it. Here's our sorcerer. So we're gonna apply magic weapon, and we'll enter the fog gate. We'll switch to our spells already. As you can see, I have Great Heavy Soul Arrow ready to go. And as we did with the Gaping Dragon, we're just gonna go melee at the beginning, so that we can use that magic weapon that we applied, and then we'll switch to sorcerers. Eventually we won't really need magic weapon. It's just right now we don't have anything better than that. Eventually we'll get a weapon that scales up our intelligence, and at that point, that will be it. Like just using our knife, slap my magic weapon on. Eventually we'll switch to our sorceries. Just keep close and just keep doing that. I have to de-lock on here because I didn't know where the lava was. I had to check real quick, but then immediately lock onto the boss again. Now that we ran out of magic weapon, Great Heavy Soul Arrows do 300 damage. At this point, it's just a matter of doing this till the boss dies. I mean, it's sorcery. What are you expecting? It's easy. Easy as hell. Keep doing this. It actually missed. It takes a bit to fire Great Heavy Soul Arrow, but if it hits, yeah, the damage is... It's an unspeakable atrocity. And we just started the game. You haven't seen anything yet. It's just going to get worse. And a couple of these will end the fight. And we arrive over here. And sometimes I just come here and do something else instead of pulling the obvious lever that's over here, and then I go back and I'm like, oh wait, why can't I go forward? Oh shoot, the lever, the one lever that activates the bell. I'm just gonna wait to do that before. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go for it. I just wanted to wait for power then to wear off. And we are done, actually. I might want to use a one bone and go back to the bonfire. Yeah, I'll probably just do that. Yeah, why not? Some more bone back. There is more you can do here. But we're gonna do what the developers wanted us to do, which is go back to the bonfire and exit this place. So we'll start a journey back up. But we're not... Well, you can go back up the way you came from. It is quite a long journey. Instead, what you want to do is you want to go this way. And we'll change this to... Oh, I had these buffs. I could have used them. I entirely forgot about it. Oh well. Oh well, next boss, if I remember. If I remember. This way is a shortcut. There are a few items to pick up. Some very good ones. And there's a shortcut back out of this place. Now we take this elevator, and then I suggest you to wait until this platform is basically vertical, and then drop down to over there, basically, where you want to go. Just walk on this thing a bit, and then you just drop down here. This part is infamously known for having the most amount of the toxic archers. And because of that, everybody hates it. Me included. Go through here. Ouch, I guess. And keep going. This is optional. There are just a few treasures over here, I believe. But they're not even that great to begin with. So. If you want, just follow this path. Grab what you see. Yeah, there's armor, there's a catalyst to cast sorceries. I think this is a sorcery. Yep, it's remedy that heals status ailments like poison and toxic. If you're a sorcerer, then, or rather, if you can cast sorceries, that is a good treasure. In our case, not really. This is completely pointless. There's just this one guy. I think this path is just pointless. Yeah, it's completely pointless. We're going back. And now we face one of the biggest challenges. This heavy crossbow might be useful. I will break my one rule of not using anything other than this armor set and like this weapon and shield. Maybe. Again, I might not need that. I just equip it just in case. Just in case I think like, okay, there's no way out here. It'll take forever. I'm just gonna pull that out. We'll see. You've seen some arrows flying around. That's the signal that the snipers are nearby. That's the first one. Shoot. And done. Okay. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep your shield up. We have one on the left here. We want to get this guy. I know there's some behind me. And I toxic. Okay, kill this guy. Thank you. Once you're toxic, you can, either... You can just keep going if you think you can handle the damage over time. That is insane. Look at that up there. Look at my health. Look how slow... Not slow. Look how fast it goes down. Because once you're toxic, you can just keep going. You think, you know, once you're... You can't get toxic twice, you know? Know what I mean? Okay, heal up. Fuck. I don't want the guy to fall down. Okay. It's cool. We have another one. Sure. No big deal. Get rid of it. That's the guy. Either I jump over there, which is entirely possible at this point. This is another method. Okay, wait. I'm waiting. Waiting for my poison, I mean the toxic gauge to go all the way back down. It's the only bolts I have. Oh, I do have standard bolts. They're weaker than these ones. Okay. That was it. No more of these guys. There are no more of these guys. We killed all of them. Now for these dogs, I could use bolts, but even that, see, even that does no damage. Crossbows suck ass. Hey, wait. Got one. Almost got two. Please? Thanks. And I think I have some more over there. See if I can aggro only one of them. Hello. Okay. Fire attack? About this. Yeah, another dog, another fire attack, no big deal. And there are two more dogs over to this side. Hold them out one by one if you can. And this is a very special treasure. Firekeeper Soul. Finally, we can get Estus Flask to plus 2. And that's that. We are done with Blighttown. We will be back though. There are more things to do. More stuff to see. Paths to take, really, because there are two areas. From this area you can go to two areas. Well, to Queelag's domain. But from Queelag's domain there's another area you can go to. Oh, I forgot that. What is this? Oh, it's the souls. And there's also a secret area that you can go to. We'll eventually go there. Not sure when exactly, but we will do it. Well, it's gotta be after out through the game. We're not even out through the game, guys. We're like 30%? Probably. Anyway, there's a bunch of ladders here. Just go up. And you will eventually be out of this place. Okay. There's only one more treasure. Up here we have... Is it here? No, okay, one more ladder. The final treasure is the key to New London Ruins. And if you've been exploring around Firelink Shrine in the early game, you already know where New London Ruins are. They're right below Firelink Shrine. On our way out, we'll have to fight a few of these guys, but we know how to fight them. At this point, they should not be that much of a threat. Except if they do this. Then they can be a threat. I'm seriously thinking of power within these guys. Nah. Just to take them down a bit faster. Oh well. Okay, two of them. If you're fighting two of them, I just suggest you try to alternate your attacks. Just circle around them like this. You get a backstab on one, and while it's getting up, you attack the other one. You get a backstab, the other one falls down, you probably will dodge an attack due to iframes, and you just keep repeating the process. We're done. Now we're gonna pick up the drops, because they're dunk pies, they're not worth it. I don't know if they can drop their weapon. Even if they could, it sucks. We're not interested in it. Keep going, and we are finally out into the Valley of Drakes. This is where, if you follow the Cleric path, we picked up Astora's Stray Sword. All the way over there, we have the Undead Dragon. We could defeat the Undead Dragon, but I feel like we probably should do that much later on. And maybe dedicate one video of doing it. Right now, all we want to do is open this door with the key we have just acquired. And go back to New Londo, which has a passage to Firelink. Go back up here. And we can get the elevator, which is up, so we'll have to call it down. And we can go back to Firelink. That was a long trip. See what I told you when I said, oh, well, when you go back to when you go to Blighttown, you will not be able to go back up for quite a while. Yep, that time is finally it is over. Now we're back to Firelink. We will be back at our home base. We'll see how things have changed. We can report to our crestfallen warrior too that we managed to bring buff Bells of Awakening. One thing I didn't say about Bells of Awakening is that if you're online, you will be able to hear other players ringing the Bells of Awakening. Now, as we come over here, we found an item orb. Remember this? This is where the Firekeeper was. Well, Firekeeper is dead. We found her armor, a black eye orb, and dead. Yep. Somebody killed her. If you check the black eye orb, mystical orb found on a keeper's corpse. Invade the world of the murder of a firekeeper to defeat the perpetrator and reclaim the sword of the firekeeper. The black eye keeps constantly watch on the city of the gods and Orlando. So we'll need to keep that in mind. When we'll get to Orlando, we'll need to keep this in our inventory because we'll eventually be able to use it. And because the firekeeper is dead, we cannot light the bonfire, so this is now pointless. It is completely useless. Yay! Anyway, well, let's report to this guy.
Did you ring the second bell? That is incredible, I must say. But now we have a new problem. It's noisy, it snores, and its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you. Damn, that stench. And I was really beginning to like it here. Maybe it's time I do something about it. Maybe.
And that's it. Now, Petrus, I think, is still here. No, Petrus is gone. Okay. Makes sense. We do have Griggs of Vinheim to talk to, right? Yeah. Let's talk to Griggs. Now we have 10 intelligence. We should be able to buy spells from you.
Oh, hello. Terrific to see us both in one piece. Incidentally, would you care to learn any sorceries? You're clearly talented, and besides, I owe you. Of course, we will require some materials, but I'm happy to teach you some elementary spells. Are you interested? Splendid. Very well. I am pleased to have a chance to give something back. Well then, let's get started straight away. Have you heard of Big Hat Logan? Master Logan is a great sorcerer and my teacher. Both of us came to this land as undead. But one day, he departed, leaving only a note. I suppose he wished to keep me out of harm's way. But where does that leave me? I have dedicated myself to sorcery, but Master Logan could find no use for me. Yes, the note that Master Logan left. It only said he would travel to Anolondo by way of Sen's fortress. I can only guess that he seeks the regal archives, for Master Logan is a tireless pursuer of wisdom. Wisdom trumps all. Everything else is hogwash. When the curse turned him undead, I'm certain that he only felt it was the perfect chance to visit this land. I only wish that I had his courage. 2 things are required for sorcery. First, you must equip a wand. Second, you must attune a sorcery. Then you will be ready to fire away. Oh, and don't forget to aim. 2 things are...
Okay, that's it. That's all he says. will eventually have to empty his inventory and buy all of his junk. He's got a sorcerer card. He's got a bunch of spells that are really useful if you're, well, if you like magic. But eventually they'll become outdated. Buy them though, if you like using them. Also, there's a ring that boosts sorcery, so it'll do more damage, and they will. This one will boost your buffs. So, like for example, something like full control or magic weapon will last more. And that's it.
Goodbye then. Do stay safe.
Okay. And let's see if he has anything else to say.
Oh, hello there. I'm pleased to see you safe, as always. If you provide the materials, I can teach you pyromancy. My teacher, whom I imagine still resides in the Great Swamp, had a funny way of putting it. He said that pyromancy is the ultimate fantasy. We are born into dark and warmed by fire, but this fire we cannot touch. Those whose fascination with fire persists learn to hold it in their own hand. He rather had a way with words, the old withering frog. In this land, pyromancers earn a certain respect. The Witch of Izalith, one of the legendary lords, is the godmother of pyromancy. So the day I became undead, I was ecstatic. I felt as if I'd been chosen to attune myself to the ancient arts. Of course, it wasn't all that romantic in the end. A pyromancer's flavour. Please.
That's it. Okay. He did have some new dialogue.
Where are you off to?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, dude. Sorry about that. Yeah, you talk to me again?
Oh, hello. Oh, please. As always.
Okay. Sorry. Dude, I didn't mean to leave you for in the middle of the conversation.
Goodbye then. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go alone.
Anyway, if you approach the center of Firelink Shrine, there is someone new here. Let's talk to them.
Ah, hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening? I am the primordial serpent, King Seeker Frampt, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the bell of awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment? Very well. Then I am pleased to share. Chosen undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, so that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. To this end, you must visit Anor Londo and acquire the Lord Vessel. I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
So, Frampt here is the only way you have to sell items. You can feed him stuff, and he will give you souls for them. There are certain items that he likes more than others, and he will give you more souls. And you can also feed him Titanite chunks. If you give chunks and shards, and he will like downgrade them. Like for example, if you give him a large Titanite, he will give you Titanite shards. Green Titanite will give you large. Titanite chunks will give you large Titanites again, I think. So yeah, you can give him stuff to downgrade your shards in case you do need the lower tier instead of the higher tier.
Those who seek the realm of lords must brave Sen's fortress, a deadly house of traps. Many have gone before you, but none have returned. Fate has chosen you, but proceed with caution. Those who seek...
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's all he says. So yeah, wait, leave.
Farewell,
Okay.
chosen undead. I remain here and await thee.
So that's gonna be it, really. We got our next objective, which is going to Sen's fortress. That's where we're gonna go next time. But now let's see how the cleric handles things. Praise the sun, everyone, and welcome to the Cleric Segment, in which we will kill Queelag and get the second Bell of Awakening, and a bunch of other things will happen. We will go back to Firelink as well. Yeah. So go away. I don't want to die. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to die. Like at the beginning of the episode. I did not even equip a thing. Where is it? Purple moss clump. Yeah, we'll need that. We'll need that if we don't want to die. How about it? Okay, we keep going, we'll use a purple moss clump. Is there a message nearby? I don't think there is. Nah, probably not. I don't think there is a message nearby. Top off our HP and we are ready to fight Queelag. Fight that will go probably very smoothly thanks to our Black Knight Sword +2. Lightning Spears are probably going to do a hefty amount of damage too. It's not going to be super fast, but it'll be fine. We'll be fine. Unless I make some horrible mistake. Let's see. Running to order. I don't want her to jump. Yeah, do this. What is this? Hell yeah. Look at all that damage. Oh, that's an attack we have not seen with the warrior. If you stay near her butt, I guess she can do that. Lightning bolts do quite a fair amount of damage, as you can see. Switch to melee. Do it again, do it again. Oh yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Melee again? Cool. I'll go melee again. I'll go melee too. Look at this. You like it? You don't. You like this? You don't. Okay, what are you gonna do? Big spray, big spray. That's great. That's our window. That's when she's most vulnerable. Dodge. And I guess... Okay, ow. Go away. I guess by Queelag. And that's how easy she is. Granted, I have a super powerful weapon compared to the warrior, but you know, I'm just playing the game. Working as intended, guys. Within the boundaries of intended play. I haven't done anything weird yet. Not that I will, but you get it. Okay, got our armor bone. We can just safely drop down here. There's actually a ladder that goes all the way down here. There is something secret here, but we'll not take it because the warrior didn't, so we won't do it as well. Instead, we will go down here. This is a very well-known thing. It's not really an exploit or anything, but this is a kind of a late game area. There's even a bonfire here. I don't even want to light it. I'm just gonna go forward. These guys are completely harmless again. Although there are some of these that will actually attack you. This is an area that you're supposed to come back here later. Instead, we'll go through here. As there's a fog gate, there is a boss here that can either be fought normally or can be cheesed super easily for some free extra souls, and that's what we're gonna do because we are the cheese masters and we want more souls. We want to make this game as easy as we can, so we're gonna kill this guy now. Get a bunch of additional souls so we can level up. We need the stamina, we need vitality. And so what's what we're gonna do? Oh, we're doing good decks. We have 18 decks, so that's really good as well. But we need vitality and especially stamina. Stamina is everything for us right now. We still need the rest of the ring. We're not done with the swamp yet. So here's the boss. It won't attack you unless you attack him, I think, or you go over here and grab the item orb at the end of the path, and then he will attack. But again, we're gonna use an exploit to kill it. This is ceaseless discharge. We're gonna wait until he uses his discharge, which is this, and then we run. That's all we gotta do. Usually, what you do to kill this guy is that you wait for him to slam his arm. You dodge, and then you attack the arm bit, and then you repeat the process until he dies. But instead of doing that, we're gonna use the exploit, which is to run all the way back to the fog gate. Now, in order for this exploit to work, you need to go all the way to where he is, have him do his attack, then run all the way to the fog gate, which is, on the first attempt, that's what you would do. If you happen to die and have to try again, you can't just enter the fog gate and wait for him here. That won't work. You have to walk all the way to him and then walk all the way back. And when you do that, he does this. He gets stuck. What you do is just attack the arm a bit. And eventually, he dies because it falls down. And that's that. I'm not going to show any other clips for this boss. It will drain some of the lower part of the lava when you do it. We'll see that better when we'll get here with the warrior much later on. But those are 20k souls that are easy to pick, and anyone can do it. And if you do 1 damage for some unknown reason, all you gotta do is just attack armor a set amount of times. It's not the damage that counts there, it's the number of times. After a certain amount of times, it just dies. So these guys that move are actually aggressive. They will try to attack me. So I'm just gonna run away. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. One more bone. Why am I going back? Why am I walking back? Just one more bone. I am done here. Alright, what can we get? 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. That's a lot of levels. So we're gonna go 2, 2. Yeah, there we go. Right, that's mainly what we're gonna boost right now. Well, yes, you can die. So yeah, vitality. We really want vitality and endurance. That's on our priority list right now. We'll eventually switch to other stats, but we'll eventually boost our strength and dex, but vitality and strength. I mean, vitality and endurance. Priority. Big priority. Nothing to say here really that much different from what the warrior did, except we're gonna go we'll just be a lot faster, and we have lightning spears for the snipers. So yeah, we'll destroy him. We also have the spider shield, which is very good, protection from all poison. Also, if you see down there in that wheel, there is a dog running around. That dog is invincible, and that is there only to show why the wheels are moving. Because the dogs are operating them. So there's an armor set up there. Don't really care about the armor set. There aren't even souls in there. And there's a remedy spell, but don't really care about it. I'm just gonna skip those treasures and just move on. I do want the firekeeper soul though. That is very useful. And we'll power up my Estus flask. Again, we have this guy. Wait and go. Okay. Just block him like a champ. This time I'm gonna forget about the one on the left. Oh, forgot about you. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Fuck. Throw. That's what we want. Should probably hotkey these. Okay. Come on, man. Stop throwing. I cannot do this. I cannot time it. It's so bad. Why? Go. There it is. That wasn't that hard. Thank God I don't, like, if I miss a throw, I don't use my spell. Because I still have 8 and I missed like 3 times. I can go melee on this guy. There. Got all of them. Now for the dogs. One dog down. Let's see if I can get another one, maybe. Where's the other one? Got him. Easy peasy. I still have 6 lightning bolts. Or lightning spear, rather. Is that gonna hit? No. Is this gonna hit? Yes. Right? I like that the dogs are gone. Firekeeper soul. See how fast that is? No big deal whatsoever. We got all the treasure. Now we just have a few ogres. I don't know if I want to kill them though. I might just want to run past. I don't know. I'm really thinking about what if I want to kill the ogres or not. It doesn't. I don't think it matters really at this point. Oh wait, it's up here. A little bit of a lapsus there, but it's fine. Nothing really to talk about this area. Really, we kind of see what Blighttown is. It's like this. I wanted to talk lore, but thing is about Dark Souls, I'm not really a great lore expert. I'm an expert on mechanics. An expert, like I know a lot of stuff about mechanics, where things are and how things work. And it's not like I've never been interested in the lore. It's just that I don't feel like I'm good enough to to talk about it. How is that not a repost game? How is that not? Why am I not getting reposted? Please. I might just run past these guys. We're almost a firelink anyway. Yeah, whatever. Don't really need another 1,000 souls. So yeah, I'm not. It's not like I'm interested. I think I know much of the lore, but I don't think I'm really good at explaining it that much. Yeah, I'd rather focus on mechanics and stuff like that. I mean, the Hollow lore that I explained in the last segment is something that I like a lot because it blends into the real world. Oh, it's right here. Cool. So that's a cool concept that I wanted to explain. But other than that, there are some other aspects of the lore that I think I want to point out. But if I start explaining every single area and every single character, it'll take forever, and I don't really feel good enough to do it. Now, if you go over here, remember what happened with the warrior here? The firekeeper was murdered. Not with this character. Think about what we did differently here between the two characters. We will reinforce her Estus Flask even further to +3, and she cannot speak still. And because the firekeeper is here, we're able to rest at the bonfire. Hey! Yay! That's actually it. I don't have to do anything with this character. I'm done. We're not even gonna talk to you. Well, fuck you, I guess. I'm not even gonna report to you about anything I did. I don't even think I ever talked to you ever. Like, ever. So, yeah. That was it. Next time on Dark Souls, we'll head in Sen's Fortress.